The message from a Rangers icon couldn't be clearer. This is a transfer window where bold decisions are required, and one name is being pushed louder than most. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Ally McCoist has openly demanded Rangers make a move for Joel Pero this summer, throwing serious weight behind what would be a headline-grabbing deal. The Leeds United forward has found himself out of favour under Daniel Farke, and while a January switch to Ibrox didn't materialise, the situation is far from closed. With 49ers enterprises owning both clubs, the pathway is there. On paper, it's a deal that makes sense. In reality, it's one that could define Rangers next season. McCoist didn't hesitate when asked about the Dutchman. Joel Pero would be a great signing for Rangers. I think he could certainly do a job up here. I think he'd adapt to this football as well. It's not just praise, it's a clear endorsement. Despite Pero's struggles to fully establish himself at Premier League level, McCoist believes the striker's qualities would translate perfectly to Scottish football. Physicality, movement, finishing, all traits that could make him a dominant force in the Premiership. But there's a twist. Pero has already rejected Rangers once, choosing instead to stay and fight for his place at Ellen Road. And with Leeds pushing strongly this season, the appeal of staying in England, especially with potential European or Cup success, remains strong. So while McCoist is pushing for a blockbuster arrival, Rangers may still have a fight on their hands. While one transfer is being demanded, another situation is causing serious concern. McCoist has identified Nicholas Raskin as the one player Rangers simply cannot afford to lose. Amid growing speculation and interest, including links back to Leeds, the Belgian midfielder's performances have not gone unnoticed. His energy, composure, and ability to control games have made him one of the most valuable assets at Ibrox. McCoist's warning is blunt. Rangers don't want to be losing Nicholas Raskin. He looks as though he's capable of going to any level. That's the reality Rangers are facing. Develop top talent and risk losing them just as they hit their peak. And with Leeds flying high, impressing even at places like Old Trafford, the pull is obvious. McCoist himself admitted, a massive club, Leeds obviously. That would surely interest most players. This is where Rangers' ambition will be tested. Keep Raskin and build. Lose him and risk going backwards. McCoist didn't stop at transfers. He also floated a fascinating idea for Rangers' long-term future, and it's one that fans would instantly connect with. Jermaine Defoe. A former fan favourite at Ibrox, Defoe's early steps into coaching and management have clearly caught McCoist's attention, and the endorsement is glowing. He'd be hell of a popular up here because everybody loved him. Clearly one of the best finishers of his generation. More than just sentiment, McCoist points to Defoe's mentality. A student of the game, someone now determined to build his own path in management. And if that path ever leads back to Rangers. According to McCoist, the reception would be electric. This isn't just about one signing or one player, it's about direction. Do Rangers go aggressive in the market and land someone like Pero? Do they resist interest and keep hold of Raskin? And are they already thinking about the next era on the touchline? McCoist has thrown down the challenge. Now it's up to Rangers to respond. A blockbuster signing demanded, a key star under threat, and a fan favourite tipped for the future. Rangers are heading into a defining summer, and the decisions they make now could shape everything that follows. There's a moment, brief, awkward, but incredibly telling, that could have just revealed everything about Mikey Moore's future. While Rangers are pushing hard behind the scenes to bring the teenage sensation back to Ibrox, the biggest hint yet didn't come from negotiations. It came from silence. And it's that silence that now has fans seriously worried. Moore has been one of the standout performers this season. Electric, fearless, and playing far beyond his years. It's no surprise that Danny Rowe wants him back at the heart of his plans for next campaign. In fact, internally, Rangers would love nothing more than to secure another loan and build their attack around him. But here's where things take a twist. At the club's end of season awards, where Moore picked up the Young Player of the Year award, everything seemed set up perfectly. A celebration, a feel-good moment, the kind of stage where players usually drop hints, show appreciation, maybe even tease a return. Instead, something very different happened. When asked directly, "How much do you want to be here next season?" Moore didn't smile, didn't deflect. He said nothing. No commitment, no enthusiasm, just silence. And then he walked off. For a player who has previously spoken openly about loving his time at Rangers, that reaction has raised serious questions. Because this wasn't just avoiding the question, this felt deliberate. So what's changed? Part of the answer likely lies back in North London with Tottenham Hotspur. The 18-year-old remains highly rated, and there are growing suggestions that assurances may have already been given about his role next season. If that's the case, it would explain everything. Spurs are still facing uncertainty over their long-term trajectory, including which division they'll be competing in for the 2026-27 season. That alone could have a major impact on Moore's pathway. But if they remain in the Premier League, new boss Roberto De Zerbi is expected to be backed heavily in the transfer market, which could limit opportunities for younger players. Ironically, that scenario might still reopen the door for Rangers. Because if regular minutes aren't guaranteed at Tottenham, another loan becomes the logical step, and Ibrox, where Moore is already thriving, would be the perfect destination. There's also one major wildcard. If Rangers can go on to win the league and secure Champions League football, that could completely change the conversation. The chance to play on Europe's biggest stage as a key starter might be enough to tempt Moore back, regardless of his current stance. But right now, the biggest takeaway is impossible to ignore. When given the chance to reassure Rangers fans, Mikey Moore didn't take it. And in football, silence like that usually speaks louder than anything else. Right now, nothing is officially decided, but that silence has shifted the mood completely. Unless circumstances change, especially around Tottenham Hotspur or Rangers securing Champions League football, a return to Rangers looks far less certain than it once did. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.